Welcome back to another episode of the Sensing Self podcast. 2 weeks ago, I shared a theory that you all loved. It was called the throwing rocks theory. I spoke about this on the episode called It Didn't Start With You. Essentially, the theory is that people will throw their unwanted feelings onto you. And I'm sure you've experienced this in some way. In fact, a few of you wrote into me saying, "Love the throwing rocks theory you taught to your daughter. I'm going to pass it along to my kids too. But my question is, how do you become better at avoiding this?" Someone else said, "People have been throwing rocks at me for as long as I can remember, and I'm exhausted. I'm focusing hard on protecting my energy right now." Comments and questions like these got me thinking we need to do an episode specifically on this because it actually goes deeper than you think. When you understand how projections work, you can stay better protected from them. So if you struggle with people who bring you down, drain your energy, or snuff out your light, this episode is for you. I'm going to teach you all of my secrets for how to reject projections and keep your energy protected, especially for those of you who are highly empathic and you feel like when someone is in a bad mood, it sticks to you. I'm also going to walk you through my empath energy shower technique. This is something you can do anytime you need to clear your energy. I literally do it during my daily shower, but you can do it wet or dry. It's super simple. I just do it during my shower since I'm already in there anyways, and it reinforces the habit of cleaning my energy daily. So stay tuned. I'm going to walk you through that 5-minute routine in this episode. Now, before we get into how to reject projections, let's talk about why empaths seem to be such magnets for them, meaning you likely attract people who are in a bad mood or need some good energy in their life. As an empath, you naturally have magnetic energy. You can mirror other people's energy and relate to them very easily. That's what makes you so in tune. Knowing exactly what to say at the right time, especially when people need it most. People can sense that magnetism, and for some, it becomes an offloading zone. If someone can subtly detect that you can hold space for them, even if they're not fully aware of it, they will let go of what feels too heavy to hold. Or they might even test shaking something off that finally feels safe enough to release in your presence. This is why therapists get confessions, teachers get disclosures, parents get meltdowns, and empaths get projections. People release emotion where they sense capacity. So if your nervous system and your energy is giving off the signal, "I can handle this," people around you will pick up on that unconsciously and offload. It's not that they mean to, or even that they plan to do this, it just happens automatically. And the reason for this is because unfinished emotion is energy. All energy seeks to either expand or return to source. So if an emotion is trying to find a place to land, it is going to seek out the first safe, open, and available place to do that, which is often exactly the vibe that an empath gives off. Secondly, you also need to understand an experience only reaches completion once it's been moved through the body. Meaning, you can think about your problems all day long, but until it is actually carried out through felt and lived experience, it stays stuck in your head. That's when you experience looping thoughts and anxiety. The exact things that you worry about and don't want to happen just keep cycling with no place to escape. The same is true about your dreams, wishes, and manifestations. You can daydream, get ideas, plan it out, and visualize it all you want. That alone is not enough for it to come to life. You don't become rich until you feel rich. You don't become confident until you feel confident. You don't become happy until you genuinely feel happy in your own skin. That's why if you do Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations, you don't just visualize your highest timeline, you practice feeling it in your heart as well. And his meditations and retreats have such a high success rate specifically because of this. This is the way experience flows. It moves through our thoughts, feelings, actions, and belief systems. A projection is when someone has been holding a thought, belief, or feeling in their system for too long without taking the actions to process it. And the trickiest part about projections is that they are often based in a lie. That's why they can't be proven true through action. Let me give you an example. Imagine a teenage girl that plays a lot of sports. No matter how good she plays, she always has this thought in her mind of, "You're not good enough." We don't know where that thought came from or why it's there. Maybe it started with a certain core belief or it developed from a situation that she went through. Nevertheless, it's there and it's looping in her mind constantly. Even though she's a great athlete, the thought stays with her. Why? Because every action she takes does not prove that thought right. If she scores, shows up to practice, tries her best, the lie that says you are not good enough can't really be proven true, right? But the mind will insist it. So if she messes up even the slightest bit, her mind will scream, "See? Proof you're not good enough." Then it keeps looping. Projection happens when someone carries a thought like that for far too long. That energy seeks to move. It wants to go somewhere. Then all of a sudden, that teenage girl starts making comments on other people's sports performance. She starts critiquing if they are good enough or not, all because that original thought seeks to move from her system. The only way she can get rid of the lie and the intrusive thought is to sit with the feeling of being good enough. This takes time, and for a lot of people, it's foreign. They don't know what it's like to feel good enough. They can't hold themselves in that. So they avoid it, they run from it, they keep looping and projecting thoughts and feelings in a vicious cycle. People who are empathic are the way they are because they sit with their feelings and feel them all the way through. Sometimes they even sit with other people's feelings and feel them all the way through, even though that's not their job. I want you to take a second and imagine what it would feel like to return all projections that you receive to their sender. How would it feel for you to hold only the energy that is yours? Because you don't need to be a doormat for other people's unprocessed feelings. You don't need to be the testing ground that proves other people's thoughts right or wrong. And just because you may have put up with that or lived with that for a long time doesn't mean that it can't change. There is a version of you that is so in tune with yourself that you can feel when something foreign enters your field. And that version of you gives you the guidance, insight, and direction that you need. It's time to connect to that version of you. There's a part of your soul that knows you have big capacity. You have a lot of love to give. But that version of you is begging you to know your worth, protect your peace, and save your good energy for you. Because when you do that, not only do you become a light in the world, but you have the space to hold your dreams and manifestations. You make room for miracles in your life, not for other people's projections, but for your visions and for your purpose. Stop thinking that it's the caring thing to do to hear other people out or let them throw a tantrum or give them space to vent to you. I know that makes you feel like you're supporting them, but often enough, you are allowing yourself to be a welcome mat for things that they are too scared to feel. Learning how to feel more of you and less of everyone else is the exact skill that protects you against projections. It allows you to become so familiar with your energy, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, and your actions that when someone tries to dump something on you, you can sense it immediately and clear it. The trick is not avoiding projections or protecting your energy harder. It's learning to master the skill of clairsentience. This is a fine-tuned process of knowing the sensations in your body. It's an art, and there is so much to it that I created an entire 3-month mastery program on it. In the Sensing Self program, I teach you how to master sensing energy in a way that keeps you grounded and clear so you can stop feeling burnt out and overwhelmed doing the work that you do. To learn more, send me a message on Instagram or check out the link in the show notes. Okay, now I want to teach you how to do the empath energy shower. Like I said, this can be done anytime, anywhere. It takes less than 5 minutes, and you can even try doing it right now if you want to clear your energy with me. First thing you're going to do is take your right hand and place it on your left shoulder, palm facing down. Then swipe down your arm towards your wrist and flick off the energy at your fingertips at the bottom. Do this 3 times and then repeat it on the other side using your left hand. Next, take your right palm and place it on your upper chest, just under your collarbone. Swipe the energy down away from the center of your body towards your shoulder. Flick off your fingers at the end. Do it 3 times on each side. Then take both of your hands and bring them to the back of your head. Use your fingers to massage the base of your skull, moving in small circles, and then run the fingers down the front of your neck and flick off your fingers at the end. Shake out your hands. Do this about 3 times, and then next move to the front of your neck. Gently place your right hand under your jawline with your palm on the front of your neck. Swipe the energy down your neck using a hand over hand method. Do that a few times and shake out your hands when you're done. Finally, move on to the legs. Place both hands at the top of your right leg. Sweep down your legs all the way to the bottom. Flick off the energy at the bottom. Do this 3 times and then repeat it on the left leg. Once you're done, just visualize any energy being sent down the drain if you're in the shower, or return to the earth to be recycled and used where needed. And that's it. If you practice this every day, you will feel so much more clear. In a pinch, you can also do micro actions. If you feel energy in your hands, on your back, in your head, on your heart, you can do these swiping and flicking actions. You can even try tapping or shaking it out. All of these things help you when you feel energy is sticking to you. So make sure you give it a try and let me know how it goes for you. This week, I'm going to leave you with this. Protecting yourself from projections is not mean. Rejecting projections is not rejecting people. Honestly, rejecting projections in my mind makes the world a better place because it means you're living in truth. You're not just accepting anything that people throw at you. You're using discernment and you're filtering things through what you know is true based on your lived experience. I hope this episode has given you some aha moments. Hopefully you can take some things into your daily life. And if you know someone who should hear this episode, please send it off to them. Have an amazing week, and I will see you back here again for another episode of the Sensing Self podcast.